pay for Supra, baby.
How's it going, guys? We are on an interesting journey to see the beast. I figured I would mix it up. We are not on a train. We are not on a plane. We're not on a bus. I'm not in my house as we're on the way to see the Supra. We are currently heading south to Port Canaveral and then heading west to Orlando, where Titan Motorsports is, to finally film the Supra. This day is going to be super exciting, almost as exciting as my 3rd grade birthday party. And I have my senior citizen helper helping me out behind the camera today filming. Okay. It's crazy that my Supra actually came in on one of those boats from Japan. That is wild to think of. Imagine how many R34s are in that. So, before I do a quick little rundown of everything that the car has to offer, what our goals are, what the problems are, because I just went over everything off camera so I could tell you guys strictly about it. We're first gonna start up the car. We're gonna do like a first little drive down here. And by the way, like, can we just take a moment and appreciate this beautiful shop at Titan? Supras, as far as the eye can see, are just everywhere. Like, I don't think there's a direction you could look without there being Supras. We have the license plate mounted. Of course, we are gonna get our own custom one, which will be a surprise. But let's start this thing. Oh my God! Crap! Oh my God! This is an idol. I can't even hear myself. This is a work of art. Oh, it's finally living. I can't hear myself think right now. Look at that stand. I'm like speechless right now. I don't have anything to say. It just like, oh, the boom tube looks insane. Oh my God. Check out these gauges too. You see how high up that rear end sits too? You can hear it from a mile away. Look at that. It sounds like a rotary for some reason. I don't even know how to think right now. I could just watch this for the rest of my life. I know this is about to be over, the car's about to be parked, but I don't want to stop doing it. This is so entertaining for no reason at all. He's just going around and around. Like a kid in a candy shop. I find this so entertaining. You guys gotta realize this is my first time ever seeing the car actually drive, so like, it's exhilarating. For everybody else, it's more like normal, but for me, I'm just amazed by it.
So I want to get a higher RPM for the rolling anti-lag. Yeah. I don't know if you want to go down that way.
Oh yeah.
And then I can go past you a little faster.
Yeah, that way? Yeah. You can hear the turbo from all the way over here. There's a big speed bump right there, and I would love to see the car fly right over it, to be honest. I don't think he got on it as much as he wanted to. We're limited to not a lot of space right now.
You can get it fast enough.
Yeah, I got that.
Too low RPMs.
Yeah. for the rolling anti-lag, we can't get it fast enough because it's got to be around like 5,000 RPM. So we can't get it fast enough in this parking lot to actually activate it and it be healthy on the motor. You could hear he kind of tried to. It's not ready to go on the road just yet, but soon it will, and you guys will see that very soon.
That was like 4,000 RPM, so like I said to you earlier, 5,000 is kind of the sweet mark for the rolling anti-lag.
Yeah.
So one of the things about this is when you go racing, you flip this up, so then this doesn't pull the plate and bend it.
Okay.
And just fold it back down.
I was worried we'd have to cut a hole in it or something.
It's like a little, like, instead of a halogen bulb, it's an LED insert.
So it looks alive. Wow. This is just programmed like running lights or day running lights, or is this?
I'll hit the brake pedal so you can see that.
Okay. Oh, wow. That's awesome. I love how it lights up in here. Everything just goes together perfect with the steering wheel, the gauges here, and the lighting in here. Which is super, super cool. And the line lock even has a little orange light. I love that. You put that?
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like it's gotta be orange.
So the Supra looks so beautiful where it's at now. There's a few things that I wanted to go over with you guys. So number one, starting with the wing, these bolts are going to eventually be titanium to match. Everything will be perfect. There's a little bit of body work that has to be done, like right here. This will get covered up. These badges will have white Toyota Supra badges here. Like I said before, the plate will be custom. The center caps will be on these wheels, of course, all cleaned up. The fenders need to be cut or rolled so it doesn't rub against here. And also the suspension had to be raised a little bit because of rubbing to help with that. So it is sitting a little high, but I feel like it looks mean from the back. I feel like that's cooler, so we're not going for stance, of course, but we're gonna keep this because it's orange. Everything under the hood is pretty much going to be the same as I showed you guys before. As you can see, the turbo in here. We're fabricating a little duct, which is in here. We're gonna have another way to run it, which is a filter, which won't run through the headlight here. The filter is just gonna stop right there and obviously be the normal filter that you guys would see. And as far as the interior goes, you also have to watch your foot getting in this thing or you'll burn it right off. But the interior is beautiful. You have the Alcantara orange custom stitching, white custom carbon fiber with the gauges beautifully made by JP LED Works with the custom white carbon fiber shifter right here. We're also going to do a push to start right here, which what Supra has push to start? Not meaning A90, what A80 Supra has push to start. These seats also will not be here. These are temporary Sparco seats that Titan provided just to do the test and tune. We will have our other sponsor, A&D Auto Upholstery, do this, so this will all be stock seating in here, but custom upholstered to match the Alcantara and or slash suede with orange stitching, which that will look awesome, as well as the rear seats and roll cage also, which will match the headliner, which is diamond, if you could see that, diamond and orange stitching, and the door cards will also be the same thing, suede orange stitching here, and there will also be a black carpet to match everything. So as you guys could see, there's a lot of custom things, a lot of custom parts that have to be either made or put in. Everything is pretty much made, besides obviously things like bodywork, which have to be assembled. There's a few cracks, rust spots, dents that we have to take care of even after painting. And then we got the Nitrous back here, which I want to show you guys how to control that. So if we go around to the other side of the beast, we open the door. This is the first time, believe it or not, that I'm sitting in this car. It feels really weird to actually sit in the car. So open this thing, and we got, these are our trim switches, which I'm not gonna touch anything or mess with anything. If you guys could see that, this is 0 through 11. And then you have your nitrous activation button or switch right here. So this switch activates nitrous. This is your nitrous purge button. So this red button will shoot it out wherever we decide to source the purge. So it'll go psh, psh, like in the Fast and Furious movies. And then you go to this button. This is our rolling anti-lag button. So whenever we're rolling, hold that. This is the above 5,000 RPM thing that we were talking about. You hold that, hold the gas, and boom, you get rolling anti-lag. We obviously have our screen here, which is super sick. And we close this up. And another thing actually we need to do that I didn't mention is we need to send these back out to JP LED Works to get it to run correctly, because it only runs 10 miles an hour. But look at this interior view. Like, this interior view is so cool. Like, I cannot get enough of it. I'm sitting in this car. It's so weird sitting in this car. There's like a grocery list of stuff that has to go into the car. But we got the speakers in, and the sub box is actually in the back, which I'll show you guys now that I'm on the topic of speakers. The sub box is right here, right behind the two nitrous cans right here. And that's pretty much what we have for the car. So the car runs. That was our biggest obstacle, actually getting it running. And now that it's running, all we have to do is street tune it, get the body work, get the interior, and that's just 3 things. Besides little things like getting the right screws on here, the right bolts, and getting the center caps on. Also, which I forgot to mention, is right here we will be putting a reverse camera, which will go onto the display in the screen right there. And that will look super cool. Like, this car is made to just be completely modern and just full of perfect little things that you would add to a 90s car to make it a perfect modern car slash race car slash show car. Like, look at this freaking thing. I don't know if the color is doing justice, because like, you guys need to see this color in the sun. I'm looking at it through the camera, and it is not doing any justice whatsoever. Another thing we're gonna do is add the white lettering for the Brembo brakes. And obviously the front bumper has to be fitted as well, because there's a little gap between the headlight. One other little thing that has to be added is right here in the tail light. The reverse light is fine, but the brake lights don't light up enough to be visible to other drivers, and the turn signals don't light up to be visible. So we have to get that also situated. And I have to learn how to pack a parachute too, because if I'm gonna pull the thing, I gotta pack it. That's another thing that I forgot to talk to you guys about. We have to add a little hook, which people do in the headliner, but we don't want to mess that up. So I will add a little something by the e-brake to pull, or on the other side of the e-brake to pull, and it'll activate the parachute. I know it's really hard to show it, but I am super, super excited about the car. Like, I have no words right now. Over there is my dad and Ryan talking about getting the taillight situated and all of that. When this car is all done, with the center caps on, with the beautiful interior done, with the beautiful powder coated orange roll cage in, and the front bumper on, everything will look perfect. The car will be photo worthy. I forgot to mention as well, there will also be vents here, which most likely are either going to be powder coated titanium to match the bolts, or powder coated white. When I say titanium, I mean like this color titanium right here. If you look right there, you could see the titanium bolts that are just ever so gently placed around the car. Also, the injectors are purple, so that's also our accent. And we are also going to get a livery checked out. I'm gonna see if I could get a sponsor for that. Going to have that conversation after this video is posted. I'm gonna see if I could get a cool livery, something really, really sharp and unheard of and not done before to go with this car. I want to get something white, orange, purple, and chrome. Chrome to match the wheels here. And of course, this polished boom tube. And then orange, obviously orange is everywhere in the engine bay and the outside piping. And then white for the white faces. And then a little dab of purple for the screws and the injectors and everything that I showed you guys before. The car isn't done yet, but this is the closest we've ever been to the car being done. I'm super excited. I don't know how many times I'm gonna say that, but I just don't know how else to put it. I can assure you the next video will be even more crazier than this video. This is just a little taste, a little like tease of what is to come. But man, I don't ever want to leave. The fact that I have to leave soon is so depressing. I will soon have this car in my possession and make daily videos with it. So please, like I said guys, stay tuned. I will be posting a lot of videos soon. If you like content like this, content with cars, cool content, and I'll see you guys in the next video.